to go with our 3 gamers. Let me just make sure I have the stream up here, and it is refreshing for me. All right, looks like Odeer and Beast have started. Or I'm getting a frozen stream from Rave, so let me just see something really quick. All right, sorry about that. Rave is being refreshed right there, so he is now active. So on the first level, one of the easiest levels in the game, basically just running through a really short moon level, and we go straight into what is normally Tree Zone 1. So nothing random about this. This is exactly what we expect from this level. Beast unfortunately taking a death there. Beast, as we all know, has won a number of randomizers. So I'd like to see someone else come in and take over Beast's crown. Hopefully that'll be done at some point today. I can see either Deer or Rave doing that. So they're just making their way through this level, picking up some kills on the way. Unfortunately, they are small Mario, which makes this a little bit... well, I mean, doesn't really make the level hard, but it makes things a little uncertain for the future. Like, you definitely do want to worry about where you can get your power-ups. So you are searching for some power-ups in this level and hoping that you may get some. And we can see that Deer gets nothing from those blocks, unfortunately. Alright, so Deer now heading into what is a macro zone level. A cool little level here, 2 different exits that you can take. Top exit does require you to be Fire Mario, which possibly someone can pick up. There's a carrot, so at least we've gotten that so far. I am guessing that most of these runners will just go straight for the bottom exit. It's the easiest thing to do. Deer does pick up a Fire Flower there, so it seems like actually Deer and Rave will go for the top exit. Makes the most sense. The placements of levels are randomized, and also the enemies are randomized, and the major power-ups are randomized. So those are the 3 things you want to look for. So everyone does have Fire Mario here. They can all go for the top exit. I would expect them to, just for the sake of it. And we'll see if that ends up being correct. So yeah, the other thing you have to worry about in this game, if you did not know, in the randomizer, actually, is that the exits do lead to different positions on the map, and some will lead to no man's land, essentially, where you cannot progress further. And that is what all 3 runners are going to right now, and level that they don't want to be at. So we now see a soft reset from Deer, a soft reset from Rave, and we should shortly see a soft reset from Beast. So they are going to take the bottom exit. They don't need anything special for it besides maybe, I don't know, some kind of power-up, because it's always nice to have a power-up. But, yeah. This should be pretty basic now. Everyone gets the same load because everyone gets supplied the same seed. So basically there's a site that generates a file based on a ROM, and everyone is supplied that same ROM. Alright, so we've seen this before. We saw them go through this level the first time. There's going to be one difference here. Instead of going and breaking those 2 blocks up top to go through the pipe, they're going to go straight for the bottom exit. Alright, so Deer is the first one there to the goal. That is the second level of Tree Zone. And he will head to the left and get an auto-scroller that unfortunately has different physics. So this is the one other thing that can be randomized as well, the physics of the level. And we see that Rave and Rave actually resets and goes to the other level. So Deer is the only one doing this auto-scroller with funky physics, while the 2 other players here are opting to take the right path. Not really sure what's going on Beast screen here. He's tossing shells around. Okay, that's fine. I don't have any issue with that. Alright, so he's looking to kill all of these tortoises with the shell. Okay, that's fine. I was a bit confused there for a second, but I guess I'm in full support of that now. Does get that power up, but loses the bunny ears. Looks like Rave also gets that power up. Oh, nice star up there. Doesn't need it though. Done with the level at the same time the deer finishes his level. So all these runners are basically neck and neck here. Going to the 4th level of this area. And the only problem here is if you are Fire Mario, you have to do this slowly. If you have bunny ears, you can fly across it just like Rave is doing here. So looks like Rave will pull ahead here. He will have a slower boss fight. Unfortunately, Beast dies there, and he will have to go back to the beginning of the level. And Oh Deer dies as well. So we have 2 small Marios and a Fire Flower up there that they definitely want. So I think both of them will get this. Oh no, Deer took the bell. So Deer. Oh, okay. There's another Fire Flower. Sorry. Very confusing. This is a randomizer, and it's meant to confuse me. So you're gonna hear me confused a lot. Rave is now at the boss of this level. He's going to get his first golden coin very shortly, and that is the bird boss down. So Rave with the first golden coin, and Oh Deer coming in right behind him. Really short fight here. Just spam fire, and you're all set. There we go. Beast trying to be careful as possible, just to make sure he does not lose his power up. Oh, and he falls down. That's unfortunate again. All right, so we see Rave going into the submarine level. An interesting level that has caused much havoc for runners in the past. I personally hate it. Some people love it for some reason. You can see that Rave is taking this side path. We call this the gauntlet because of all the enemies in here that can be arranged in very unfortunate patterns. Rave dying to that first spike. Hitboxes can be lethal. Deer, on the other hand, not going for the gauntlet, actually going all the way to the other exit, which is much slower, but you may be faster in the end. Very hard to say. Once again, it's a randomizer. Physics changes that there can be. So you can have normal physics, like we see in this level right now. You can also have underwater physics, moon physics, and space physics. All right, so Deer makes it through those sharks there. Rave trying to get through the gauntlet. Has to be kind of careful around these bullet bills. This area is tough right here, especially with the shark. Jesus. You see, this is what I'm talking about. This gauntlet can just be infuriating. All right, so back to Oh Deer over here while Beast still tries to finish Treeland 4. All right. Deer is small Mario here. He gets a shark. He gets a bonefish. He just has to be careful in this spot right here, and he's all set. Finishes the submarine level. He has that out of the way, which is really nice. So congrats to Oh Deer for progressing further. He is now in first place. All right, so once again, a level with 2 exits for Deer here. Going into this level of Small Mario is not the nicest thing. There are a lot of enemies here that can do all sorts of damage to you. There's also an underwater section coming up. He grabs the bell and dies on purpose, which is not a bad strat at all. It's a good strat. So let's see where this takes him. Meanwhile, Beast getting his first golden coin. All right, so a little bit of a fun room here for... Oh my god, that was so close for Deer. And he dies to the second guy. Okay, so pipes are a big issue in this game. If you've played it as a kid or otherwise, you don't have to play it as a kid. You've probably seen that pipes are something that are just finicky to jump through. I think you have about 7 pixels from side to side to get through the pipe. And sometimes it's kind of deceiving where those pixels are. So Deer getting that power up, losing that power up, and going through the pipe again. We see Beast is going through the gauntlet section here. So unfortunately, Beast takes the wrong exit. He will have to come back and do the entire level again. Rave dying to that one enemy. Once again, that room is not kind in any way. And Oh Dear taking the bottom exit, which brings him to the final level of the Space Zone. He now has a significant lead. Congrats to Deer for winning the lottery. So, just tidbit of information here. This star level here is the longest level in the game, I believe. It's an auto-scroller. You just have to float around, make sure you don't hit any stars, get your power-ups. Kind of basic, kind of boring. People like the song on this level, but the one other thing that's randomized in this is the music, so even if you get to the star level, you're not guaranteed the star song. Alright, so Rave getting through that level, however he takes the wrong exit, he will have to go back. Beast already knows the result of the gauntlet being the wrong exit, so he's going to go through this part of Submarine. Meanwhile, Deer is still in the phase of floating around a lot. And Rave goes through this level again, and he will be taking the bottom exit, since he has that knowledge now. Now, I'm not saying that it can't be the star song. Sometimes a randomizer doesn't randomize, and it ends up being the star song. I'm not actually sure whose music is on right now. Let me see. Okay, looks like Beast's music is on. So we'll find out later if the star song is actually on that level once Beast gets there. Alright, so Deer in the Tatanka fight. This is one of the more technical fights if you're doing the 80% glitchless speedrun. You can see that it can end up being pretty quick. Deer, I think, missed a fireball or two. I don't know. Looked like he almost needed 3 hits. I was confused there. Anyway, he gets his 3rd coin. Still has a significant lead here. And he will move on to Macro Zone. Meanwhile, Rave is going to go down here. He is Fire Mario, so he has all the power-ups he needs to get through this. And Beast behind him, we'll see what trajectory Beast takes here. I'm not sure if he's going to want to go up or down. Alright, so for the Macro Zone, the first level of this is actually one from the Pumpkin Zone, and there is a Fire Flower up there. That's awesome. Alright, so Deer grabs that Fire Flower. It's going to be useful for him. However, he's in another 2 exit level. To get to the second exit, you need to have bunny ears. Sorry, my phone is ringing. I'll have to check that later. And he does not have bunny ears, so he can only go in one direction, that is down. So hopefully down is correct. We'll see. Alright, meanwhile, Rave in the star level. And Beast heading downward to the correct exit. And he will shortly be in the star level as well. So we see that the star level actually has the castle music. The castle music is one of my favorite in the game, so I cannot insult that musical choice by the randomizer. That's a pretty good choice. Maybe not appropriate for the level, but it's still a good choice. Deer going through the balls level, where there are a lot of balls all over the place. There's some spikes as well. Bears on balls that are moving around. Pigs that shoot balls at you. All right, so normally there's a power up here that's advantageous to you, and it's a star, which is fine, I guess. Actually, the star works out perfectly because of the spikes. So, congrats to Oh Dear for getting that star, for making the right choice on what is completely a lottery. The nice thing about Macro Zone is on those 2 exit levels in Macro Zone, you don't have to worry too much because you can still take the wrong direction and get to your final destination. So Deer taking the wrong path, so he'll have to run an extra level, but it'll still bring him to the final level and the boss. Meanwhile, our 2 other runners just having fun in space. It's a great time. This level that Deer is in right now is pretty nonchalant. I really don't have much to say about this level. Some swimming, you know, that's some beetles. All right, Tatanga fight for Rave. How does he do? Not bad, I'd say. So normally with a Tatanga fight like that, you're always going to lose your Fire Mario. The important part is you keep Big Mario, because, I mean, you basically want that to begin with for some resiliency. So he still gets a pretty quick fight out of it, his second golden coin, and he will continue to where Deer is. Deer on the final level here unfortunately gets a bit of a different physics pattern. This level in particular, I really don't like these physics. He's gonna have to deal with a few odd things here. Okay, that's one of them. Meanwhile, Beast getting through Tatanga as well fairly quickly and gets his second golden coin. Deer basically looks like he is stuck in molasses. All right, continues downward, has 2 more of these little platforms to jump over, and then he's in the rat fight for his third golden coin. The physics are going to muck this up just a little bit, I think. Maybe not. We'll see. No, it doesn't. Okay. So, really easy rat fight. Jump up a little bit, spam fire, and that's his third coin. All right. Brave getting to the balls level. Nothing big here. Honestly, we really haven't seen anything too out of the ordinary so far. Anything that has really caused any runner too much of an issue. We know that Beast died a few times early on, but those were just unfortunate deaths, not really related to the difficulty of the level. All right, Deer on one of the easiest levels of the game. That is so short. You just run to the middle exit. Followed up by another one of the easiest levels of the game. However, this has 2 exits once again, so this floating around in a bubble will lead you to either the top exit or the bottom exit. You also have to worry about flying fish. And we'll see if any of those... Yep, there you go. So he got hit by the flying fish, and he gets the second bubble. So this is just like being in Midtown, catching, getting off one bus, catching the second bus. That's what he's doing right now. All right, so he'll probably take the bottom exit here, I would most likely think. Meanwhile, Beast grabs a nice power up there. That's going to be useful for getting across these spikes. And Rave is trying to get through this nuisance of a level with water and then not water. Yeah. All right, so Deer takes the wrong exit there. He'll do a reset, and he will go for the top exit, which is easy enough to do. Yeah, I do agree. Those kind of physics on the pig level are just awful. All right, so deer has nothing to do with float here, except for that bird. Or, I mean, when fish fly, I always consider them to be birds. I'm sorry, except for that fish. So he'll have to go back and then go forward, which will ruin his momentum. It's going to be a slow level, but he'll get there. I don't know what he's doing now. Okay, he's getting one up. All right, so that gets him through the level. We know he took the right exit, so he will continue on to level 3 in the pumpkin zone. What might that be? That is the moon level. Looks like moon physics as well, which is cool. So moon physics on a level like on any level actually is pretty interesting because you actually move faster when you're walking on the ground than you do when you're in the air. One of the quirks of moon physics. So he once again has 2 exits here. We'll see which one he takes. You can take a bell here as well and force death upon yourself and then respawn and figure out what you want to do in the level. Alright, so Rave coming up to the rat fight. Here comes the rat. He just jumps up and shoots the rat. And that's it. That was even faster than deer. Damn. Alright, so deer looks like he's just going straight for the bottom exit. He's gonna take his chance. I mean, I don't blame him. Alright. Beast also going for the rat fight now. Should be a pretty easy one. Oh, that was close. Okay. Deer choosing the wrong exit there, so he will have to go back once again, not having much luck in Pumpkin Zone. So since he didn't take the bell, he will have to start from the beginning and take the upper path. The upper path can be a nuisance to get to sometimes, but I don't think it'll be too bad here. Alright, so Rave heading through the Hippo level now. Beast doing the easiest level in the game. Coins and an exit. Nothing else. Alright, so Pumpkin Zone 2. Beast is now on the same level as Rave, and we'll see what Rave ends up taking. Looks like Rave will be taking the top exit, which will give him a bit of a leg up, or at least get him closer to Oh Dear in terms of time save. And there he goes. Correct exit. Congrats to Rave. Alright, so Deer gets to the final level. If you've seen this level before, it's because it's the normal level for Pumpkin Zone. Just to let you know, the final level is not randomized. That'll be something coming out in the V2 randomizer, which I think Slash may be releasing for next weekend's race. So be sure to check that out. That'll be an interesting one. But for now, final levels are not randomized because the bosses are not randomized. They are the bosses of each level that you would see in the normal game. So at the end of this level, Deer will see the witch fight. He just needs to be careful to get to that fight properly and not fall in these holes. And looks pretty good. All right, so which pattern so far? We have one left, and hopefully not another left. All right, so left, left, left. That's kind of rare, I would say. So Rave not even one level away. And that is a 4th coin for Oh Dear. So yes, the randomizer does alter the levels. Final level for a zone. That will happen eventually, just not right now. Unfortunate that Deer gets this level for Mario Zone 1. This is a really want to have bunny ears for. You basically want to fly across this level. If you can't fly across it, it's pretty slow. All right. Meanwhile, it looks like Rave fell down the pipes there. That's really unfortunate. That wastes a lot of time because you are blocked. He does get a nice power-up, though. So that's good. Beast taking the top route here, so this will be the correct exit for him, and he'll be able to progress further. Meanwhile, Deer just trying to get through this terrible mess of blocks and sharks and enemies that he just does not want to see anymore. No, it doesn't change the contents of the level besides the enemies. It does change the enemies. It can change the physics, which it does more often in hard mode rando. And it also changes the major power-up blocks, not the minor ones. All right, so Deer reaching the goal there. Rave getting his 4th golden coin right behind Deer. And Beast is on the Witch level, so he will also be getting his 4th coin very soon. All right, so I've seen this level before. This level can generate a lot of lag, the one that Deer's on right now. It's basically just a zone full of enemies and an awful auto-scroller at that. I'm not sure anyone actually likes this level. I'm not sure why the developers put it in, but I guess it is what it is. We'll ignore what Deer's doing for the time being because it's just so boring. But Rave continuing on to the same level that Deer is on, and Beast about to take on the Witch fight. So we have a left here. We have a right, and we finish off with a left, which is a pretty common pattern, I would say. It's pretty good luck. If you were doing a glitchless run and you just guessed left, right, left, which you might do because it's a common pattern, you would probably save time. So Beast gets his 4th coin, and Deer makes his way to the Gears level. The Gears level, unfortunately, has the auto-scroller physics, which isn't the most fun thing, especially for the last section. For this midsection here, it's pretty easy. Just don't get hit by the screws. Don't hit any spikes on the way through. However, for the last section, you need to jump over a certain area and then go back down. And to jump over that area, you need to jump up a series of gears pretty quickly and to make sure you don't get hit. And due to the random enemies on this gear level, you could have falling... what do I want to say? Falling Koopa Troopas, which aren't really the best thing to see, especially when you're Large Mario instead of Mario with firepower or Mario with bunny ears. So Deer has to be kind of careful here as he goes through this last section. Beast picking up Fire Mario there. Not going to be too useful to get through this level quickly. Deer trying to get over this last section here. He gets through it pretty smoothly, so no issue there. Pretty nice. Yes, the 100 enemy star is still useful in the randomizer because the castle at the end with the floating faces is still there. So to get past those floating faces, if you do have the power-up when you come into that first room, it makes those next 2 rooms a lot quicker. Alright, so Beast just shooting fireballs here, killing all the enemies he can. Rave trying to get through this level. He's coming up to the same area that Deer was at. Let's see how easily he gets up these gears here. Really easily. So he'll just drop down and go through. We see that Deer has unfortunate physics here. I know that someone brought up before that the pig level with any physics besides normal physics is heck. And indeed, this is heck for Deer, so... Oh, actually, he has Fire Mario, so never mind. This will be pretty easy. Yeah, so the bonus here is he still has Fire Mario, and with the pig level, you still demolish the pigs with fireballs, so not too much of an issue. Kind of awkward, but at least he doesn't have a different power-up, which would make this fight just terrible. Alright, so Rave just floating by, Deer getting his 5th golden coin, and Beast making his way through the Gears level. Alright, so this is the last area for Deer before the castle. 3 levels here. The second level can have alternate exits, the first level cannot. So this first level is pretty basic, he just needs to get through it. There is some lag generated right here on this level that is just horrible, and I always fall down there, and congrats to Deer for not falling down, so a pretty good level for him so far. Rave, unfortunately, dying to the pigs there. I would too, honestly. Like, if I did not have Fire Mario there, I would be dead. So, unless he gets a power-up on the way, this is going to be pretty tough for Rave. I can't remember if we saw any power-ups. Beast getting through the Gears level. No issues there either. And he will shortly be at the piggy fight as well. Alright, so Deer in what is normally level 2 on the Tree Zone. Superimposed as level 2 on Turtle Zone. 2 exits, once again. For the top exit, he will need bunny ears, I think. Pretty sure. For the bottom exit, he can just use anything. Alright, so Rave checking that power-up. It is fire. Excellent. Should make things pretty easy. Oh, and Deer dies there. It's going to set him back a bit. It's going to give Rave a very good chance to catch up. Oh, wait. No, he just took the bell in the middle. I'm sorry. Alright, I misinterpreted that. Deer did that strategically so that he can easily check both exits. And Rave having a pretty good fight there, so he gets his 5th golden coin. Beast right behind him. Oh, and Beast loses that power-up on the pig you don't want to lose a power-up on. This is the one that can definitely kill you. Have to be really careful about this. Okay, there we go. All set. Alright, so Deer taking the top exit. We'll see if it's a proper one. If it is, he will have a pretty commanding lead here. And he does take the proper exit, so he just has to make sure he can get through this level. Some of the enemy placements in this level can be pretty annoying. We'll see how this pans out for him. That power-up is perfect. Meanwhile, just some pretty boring stuff that Beast and Rave are going through here right now. Level skip strats, I guess that would be related to the glitched run, so yeah, those would be banned. Oh, nice. So fire power up there for O'Deer. He also avoids hitting those spikes there, which is something I wouldn't be able to do, so kudos. And here is the octopus fight. Very easy with fire. Swim up, move forward, hit the octopus. 6 golden coin for O'Deer. He will head into the castle. We'll see what kind of physics he gets there. Hopefully normal. If not, it's terrorizing. Oh man, Rave not able to make it through that series of spikes there. So he dies and we'll have to restart that. All right, here we go. So, castle, normal physics. Power up, not bad. However, that causes Deer to get his star early. He did not want that. He wanted his star later on in this level. All right, so second level for Deer. He's going to do a little jump off this platform to move forward. Then he's going to jump against the wall, which triggers the other platform and allows him to do a jump here, which just makes this whole section here a lot faster than it can be otherwise. These platforms here are randomized, so you have to be kind of careful about how you jump, and he makes it through just fine. So that is level 2 of the castle done. On to level 3. Meanwhile, Beast and Rave making their way through the whale here. No major issues yet. Deer on some more randomized platforms gets through that. All right, so we have 2 more things here. We have the rooms with the faces, and we have the Wario fight. Let's see how this goes. All right, so Beast does pull ahead. He gets his 6th coin just before Rave does. Deer getting past that room 3, and he will go on to Wario. 3 phases here. First phase, pretty simple. Jump on top of that chair and let yourself just hit Wario. You don't even have to do anything. He's going to want to go forward once. Well, at the 0, that works. So you want 0, 4, or 8 to move forward. Wait, is that right? 0, 0, 4, or 8? I can't remember. Slash can correct me if he's in chat. All right. So that's Wario number 2. And number 3, just 3 quick jumps on the head, and Deer should be done. 2 and 3 with a very respectable time of 37:22. Oh Deer gets first place. GG. Yeah, it is pretty weird how the platforms get randomized. I can agree with that. So Beast and Rave dying in that same location. That little flower jump there is pretty tough. And especially with those large fireballs. That's the other thing that gets randomized. There are all sorts of things that sometimes I don't think of that do get randomized. The fireballs that these flowers shoot, they are randomized between large and small, which can make the castle a lot harder than you would expect. Excuse my typing. Just typing to Deer over here. All right, so Beast dies to that once again. You know, I mean, this is not easy getting through this area with these large fireballs. Those hitboxes are pretty large. And also the back end or the front end of the hitboxes are weird. They're not as large as you think they are. Very strange stuff. Hello, Deer. Hello?
Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty
How did that rando feel?
It dragged out in the end for quite a bit.
It did,
Started
didn't it?
very well with like a lot of good choices, good
Yeah.
exits for me. And then I think starting in Pumpkin Zone, it went south.
Yeah, but you were still able to pull it off, so no issue there.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest potential issue on this seed was Mario Zone. Because you could get squished in the auto-scrollerized Mario 1.
The one with the gears?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw that and I thought someone was going to run into an issue, but you all handled that masterfully.
Yeah.
That was nice.
But yeah, it can go wrong really quickly there. Like,
Yeah.
especially the last room. If you don't get up or if you get hit by an enemy that can just fall onto you out of nowhere there.
Yeah. The other unfortunate level was Cramps, where no one had bunny ears, so they all had to go
Well, I
below.
think Rave had.
Oh, did
Rave
he?
have bunny ears? I think so.
I thought he didn't. Okay, maybe he did. It's hard to
I heard
follow.
him meshing like for 30 seconds straight. There's no other level for that.
Yeah, so you got through Submarine pretty quickly. I mean, it was an early level, and you chose the correct exit right away, where everyone else went for the gauntlet.
Yeah.
So that was a good choice, I guess.
Yeah, if there's a strategy to how I go about that level. If I have 2 power-ups and not a carrot, meaning if I have a fire flower, I will most likely go for the far exit.
Yeah.
If I'm medium Mario, small Mario, or have a carrot, then I'm gonna go for the quicker exit first.
So an extremely
So that worked well.
extremely close fight between Wario 3 and Rave and Beast there. Rave finishes with an SRL time of 40:59, and Beast finishes with 41:14. So only a 15-second difference there. Congrats to both players.
Did you notice how much time and effort I spent into keeping my kill count at the right number?
And then screwing it all up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you had a strat that was faster to get through all those spiky round things by getting the power up, but I don't know.
That was just me completely brain farting. So yeah, I probably invested 10 seconds to keeping the kill count low. And then I even went back for the star, so I invested even more time just for, well, nothing.
Well, it kept things interesting. And remember, this is Randomizer. You're not doing world record runs here, so there's the entertainment factor to keep in mind as well.
That's true.
All right, so for round 2 here, are you guys going to do another?
We will do another one.
Okay, I'm not sure
The second
if...
one is gonna be... Yeah.
No, go ahead.
The second one will be hard mode again, and the X-ROM hack.
All right, so for the second one, I do need to hop on a conference call for work. Yeah, I know, work at 8 p.m. on a Friday. Don't make fun of me, please. But maybe the folks at Randomania can just phone in the people that are in the race channel. I'm not sure how they want to handle this. I do recommend everyone stick around because it is very interesting to watch the hard mode randomizer, especially the physics changes that you may see in levels like, for instance, Castle and the star level, because it really does make the run quite interesting, as Odir can probably attest to. But yeah, there's going to be another one coming up. I will have to drop off, but hopefully we figure out some way to keep y'all entertained.
Right then, thanks for the commentary you already provided.
Sure, no problem.
Quickly get back to the other guys.
All right.
Well, we'll see what happens with the commentary.
Sounds good. All right, so stick around if you want to see the rest. I'm going to drop off for now. My name is Typo. I don't have a Twitch account, but maybe someday. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll be watching Race 2 passively. As I said before, really interesting stuff coming up, so be sure to stick around.